Guys, welcome back to Any Sooner. As always, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We're always excited to have you guys.
It was different for me, yeah. They could see the vision, it was crystal to me, yeah. Look at how the tables turn interestingly, yeah. If it's what it is, that's what it's meant to be, meant to be. Ay. Tall down on me, yeah. I could never be that what you want me to be, yeah.
Welcome back to the Indie Sooner. It's your boy JP. Glad to be with you guys here on this Saturday morning. Just wanted to remind you guys, remember my sister does run for OU track and field, representing today. She's going to be running in the North Texas Classic later on today, so please make sure you go check that one out. Guys, I'm so excited to get into this wide receiver room. We've been talking about it for a little bit, a couple weeks now. Really excited to break it down for y'all and look at what the wide receiver room is going to be giving us this spring and even into what we can be expecting from them next fall. So, obviously, we know that Dennis Simmons is somebody who was highly coveted, right? Texas tried to get him. Sark, who used to play with back in the day, he tried to come and get him. But we made it a priority. Coach Riley, AD Castiglione made it a big priority to keep him there, which is huge for us, right? They gave him a new title. He got more money involved. He's been one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver coach of college football the last 5 years, really since Lincoln Riley's been here. Okay. We love Jay Norvell. Okay. We loved him as a coach, but we can all admit the wide receiver's gone up to another level under Dennis Simmons. And that's saying something because Jay Norvell did a lot with Kenny Stills and Mark Clayton and Iglesias, right? All those big names we knew throughout the years. Ryan Bros, to say the least. But, with guys coming in now like Hollywood, like CeeDee Lamb, right? Now we got the trio of 5 stars, Theo Wease, Jadon Haselwood, Trajan Bridges, and then you go along down the line, Marvin Mims from last year, and then you got Cody Jackson coming in this year with Mario Williams, Jalil Farouk, and then you got Luther Burden already in the bag, Jordan Hudson, committed, not in the bag yet, hopefully, but you get what I'm saying. This has been an unprecedented run of success, and they work well together. Lincoln Riley and his play calling, and Dennis Simmons and just his sheer coaching ability and player development has all kind of gone into why the wide receiver room at OU has been so great the last 5 years in particular. So when we look at the wide receiver room, it's stacked. It's stacked. It is potentially the best wide receiver room in football. Obviously Georgia has something to say about that. LSU has a lot of talent. Alabama's always going to have a lot of talent, right? They have some things to say about that. But, from a sheer, standpoint of who you're going to put on the field, think about it, okay? Let's just go name by name. You got Marvin Mims, who everybody in America knows now was one of the best freshman wide receivers, one of the best receivers in general last year, but specifically, freshman All-American. Everybody's looking for him to do big things this next year. And he was, he should have been a 5-star, let's just be honest. Highly rated 4-star, should have been a 5-star, all-time leading, he had the all-time leading receiving yards in the season for Texas, right? That's Texas football. That's crazy, right? And for him to have 5-star, it's something wild. But anyways, I digress. He was a beast last year. He was a beast. And Lincoln Riley admitted in a presser earlier, we should have used him more. We should have used him more this year. And I think, last year. And I think they're going to definitely use him more going into the future. So we have Marvin Mims out there. You could put that man outside. You could put him in the slot. He's very versatile. He's fast, but he's also physical. He's also a little shifty. He can do a lot. And he's a great young man. Cerebral mind. My sister, who is a freshman, she's his age. Right? She's talked to me about him. She said he's a great dude. She's had plenty of conversations with him, cerebral mind. Somebody that if you didn't know he played football, you probably wouldn't think it, just from how astute he is. And it's not that football players aren't astute, right? I hate the jock mentality too. That's not true for everybody, right? But at the same time, he just carries himself like a professional already as an 18-year-old kid, which is something special, okay? So we're really looking forward to what Marvin Mims is going to do in a suit uniform. So that's one. You got Marvin Mims, right? Freshman All-American returning. Okay, then you have Theo Wease, okay, who, by his own standards and by a lot of people's standards, didn't live up to his billing last year. He did really good, don't get us wrong. A lot of other places would have taken his production last year and said, wow, that was great. But at OU, there's a different standard, and he knows that, right? He knows what we expect of him. He knows what he expects of himself, and he had some flashes last year, but we want to see it consistently, right? We don't want him to turn into a Dahu Green, right? Like, and again, not that he would. I'm just explaining. Like, I think that Theo still has some things left to be desired, and hopefully he can continue to grow. And I think he will continue to grow as that X receiver out there. But he has competition to push him now, and that's good. That'll make you shore up things fast, quick, and then hurt. But I mean, he's 6'3.5". He's got all the measurables. 205 pounds. I mean, can high point balls, right? Maybe can. He's not the fastest, but I mean, if he gets his route running down, there's no reason he's not going to be able to be just a monster, not only at OU but in the league in the future. Okay, so you got Theo Wease, former 5-star from Allen, Texas, right? And Allen, Texas, Kyler Murray, right? Bobby Allen. I mean, the list goes on and on. Okay, then you got Jadon Haselwood, the consensus number one wide receiver of that class, and number four, count them 1, 2, 3, 4, player in the nation out of Georgia. Okay, OU fan growing up was stolen out of Georgia. Grateful for that. Everybody wants to compare him to George Pickens. George Pickens had a nice career so far, but I don't think that it's Jadon Haselwood's fault. Okay, Jadon Haselwood was a true freshman playing with, Jalen Hurts, and CeeDee Lamb was in his position. He's not going to usurp CeeDee Lamb. He's just not. Okay, and that's ridiculous for somebody to think a freshman, even as good as Jadon Haselwood was going to usurp a future first-round pick. Okay, and a guy that broke a Cowboys rookie reception record last year without a real quarterback, mind you. So, no, okay? And then he got hurt towards ACL. So, something to be said about that. And George Pickens just towards ACL. Shouts out to him. Hopefully he can recover well. But again, I think Jadon Haselwood is every bit as good or better, obviously, than George Pickens. That's why he was rated higher. I just think he hasn't gotten his opportunity to shine. And so when you look at that and you look at the pedigree he has, and I mean, think about that catch he made in the Iowa State game, dog. My word, you remember that catch where Spencer threw it in between three dudes? That throw was money. But Jadon Haselwood high pointed it, caught it in his stomach, and got hit like 3 times but held on to it. That's the type of player Jadon Haselwood is, and is going to continue to be as long as he stays healthy. And I think he will. There's nothing in his history that would say he's injury prone. I mean, yes, he tore his ACL, but that doesn't mean everything. He can still bounce back and be okay. So he's looking to continue to be a leader. And I loved what he said the other day. I tweeted it on my account at Indy_Sooner. Don't forget to follow. He said, Trajan made a mistake. I got hurt. But we have to still be here for our team. We can't be cowards and turn our back on our team. We have to be here doing mental reps. That is what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear out of a young guy. That's what you want to hear out of a receiver. He wants to be great. Right? And he's the previous number 1 overall receiver in his class and number 4 player in the nation in the 2019 class. He's got all the talent, all the pedigree, and we've seen flashes. We just haven't seen him on the field consistently. And that's not fault of his. He just got injured. Okay? So, looking forward to this year, we've already said Marvin Mims. We said Theo Wease. We said Jadon Haselwood. And guess what? For whatever reason, rumblings are, out of that trio, I'm not saying Marvin Mims, but out of that trio of 2019 receivers, Theo, Jadon, I've heard Trajan might be the best, which is insane to say. Okay? Trajan has had a crazy whirlwind of a career so far. Freshman year up and downs. They probably want to redshirt him again. They probably want to see him with Spencer Rattler next year. Made a mistake with Ramondre Stevenson, Ronnie Perkins. They got canned. He got the shaft though. Like for way longer than he should have. They got 6 games. He got 10. And I don't know why. Nothing has really come out about it. Lincoln Riley's been publicly defending him, so I have to assume that it was nothing that should have warranted 10 games. But even still, it's what happened. And for Trajan to be bouncing back the way he is, and I'm hearing through notes in practice, is amazing. And I mean, he was tearing it up on scout team, all year last year. And that's what we heard. So being able to add that to an already dynamic offense that's featuring Marvin Mims, Theo Wease, and Jadon Haselwood is insane. Like, it's insanity. Like, the playmaking ability that Trajan Bridges is going to have to match with those 3 receivers, what are you going to do? And this is what I meant when I quote tweeted. It wasn't Josh Thompson. It was Deshaun Jameson. My bad. UT Twitter. If you guys even watch this video, but like he was basically like, oh, we haven't allowed this many touchdowns, or we haven't allowed a touchdown 362 snaps, something like that. So basically, since they played Oklahoma. Okay. I just say, yo, bro, like, I get you talking trash, but OU's receiving core is about to tear y'all up this year. And it's not because Texas's DBs aren't good. I do think they're good. Like, don't get me wrong. We just have superior talent. It just is what it is. You're not going to be able to guard everybody. And again, you don't always have to, right? If you can get pass rush, but Texas isn't bringing you just lost Osai. Okay, you're bringing in a new system, and I get you have some players waiting in the wing, but again, new system. Okay, and our offensive line is going to be good. We got Wanya Morris on the left tackle and Anton Harrison, who I told you in the other video, Bill Bedenbaugh said has a chance to be one of the greats of right tackle. Got both of our starting guards returning and a multiple-time starter, previous four-star Chris Murray from UCLA anchoring the center most likely. If not, Ian McIver, who's been there for 6 years and knows what he's doing. Don't forget, in 2017, that was one of the best offensive lines that we've had. Obviously, 2018, they won the Joe Moore Award. 2017, they're right up there for it. Eric Wren, okay? He may not be in the league, okay, but he knew what he was doing, and he anchored that line well. And we were able to do a ton of stuff with Baker in 2017. I'm looking for the same thing with Spencer Rattler, right? All he needs is time. So, again, you're not going to be able to guard everyone. You're telling me if you go Theo at the X, okay, or even Jadon at the X, doesn't matter. You go Marvin at the Z, or even if you want to put him in the Y, okay? I mean, let's just say for all intents and purposes, Marvin's in the slot, okay, at the Y. Or excuse me, yeah, at the Y. And then we have Jadon Haselwood at the Z. And then you have Trajan at the H. What are you going to do with a 4 wide like that? What are you going to do with a 4 wide like that, dog? I mean, I can't even begin to tell you what Lincoln Riley and these receivers are about to do. Not only to the Big 12, but to college football this year. Lincoln Riley is known for putting his players in the best position to be successful. Hollywood Brown, CeeDee Lamb, D.D. Westbrook, Sterling Shepard in his senior year. Okay? I mean, Mark Andrews, Austin Stockner. The list can go on. I mean, Rambo is even in a lot of good positions. Last year, he just dropped the ball. And there's nothing against Charleston. I hope he has a great time in Miami. I really do. Excuse me, the lights getting a little dim here. It was sunny, but the cloud covers come. So hopefully y'all can still see me. Matter of fact, I'm going to flip the light on real quick. Y'all excuse me. Oh. All right, we back. So, like I was saying, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to guard these guys, especially if you give Spencer Rattler 3 to 4 seconds to throw the ball. Marvin's going to be open. Jadon's going to be open. Theo's going to be open. Trajan's going to be open. And I haven't even got to the backups yet. If we go 3 wide receiver set with a tight end like Staub, or even Hall, or even Willis, that means you got one of those guys backing up the other 3. And then, okay, get this. You got Cody Jackson, okay, from CD School in Richmond, Texas, Foster. Highly rated 4-star, been committed from us since jump, basically. You also have Drake Stoops, who, in his own right, has made so many plays. I mean, think about the Texas game last year. I think about it wasn't Iowa State, maybe it was Baylor or Kansas, where he made the catch like this, literally, and had the strong hands to hold it. Drake Stoops is a good player. He doesn't need his dad's name. He's a good player, a great blocker, great route runner. Okay, so again, you have that too that might potentially be in there a lot or coming off the bench. It doesn't matter. They're deep. They can just keep going. One of the slot receivers get tired, you can enter a Trajan, enter a Marvin, enter a Drake Stoops. Oh my gosh, what? Right? Okay. You got Obi Obialo, who hopefully again is gonna be able to be healthy. He provides size, he provides depth. I think it might be hard for him to get on the field. I know he was good as on Radit Marshall, but again, with the receivers we have coming in and already have, it might be hard for him to get on the field. And then, right, I already mentioned Cody Jackson. I mentioned Drake Stoops. Then you got the highly coveted Mario Williams, 5-star out of Florida. The next Hollywood, as he's being proclaimed. Already said he's tearing it up in practices. Dog, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? I'm just so grateful that we have a wealth of riches at receiver at Oklahoma. Right? I mean, think about Bama the last couple of years. Having Waddle, Smith, right? Out there with Ruggs. Honestly, that's insanity. That's fast break on grass. That's what it was. And it's going to be the same thing here. Fast break on grass, dog. That's what I'm talking about. You couldn't guard Bama. You're not going to be able to guard OU. You're just not. You're going to have to hope you can score with us. And guess what? This is not the OU of 2017, 2016, 2018. Not even 2019. We were top 5 in defensive efficiency last year, dog. What are you going to do? This is why I said, 2021, 2022 is the national championship year for OU. I've said that for 2 years. That was before I knew that we were getting some transfers in that we've gotten this year. Okay? That was before some of the recruits we had. But I knew that Alex Grinch would come through. And I knew Lincoln Riley would be Lincoln Riley. I said, look, this is going to be Alex Grinch's 3rd year. He's going to have his guys in there. His defense is hopefully going to be looking nasty, which it is. Lincoln Riley's going to be Lincoln Riley. Spencer Rattler's going to be in his 2nd year. Experience under his belt. That's the year, dog. That's the year. You got Ohio State breaking in a new quarterback. Alabama breaking in a brand new quarterback. Clemson breaking in, I can't talk today, a brand new quarterback. Don't get me wrong, DJ Ukulele is fire. I tell everybody, look, everybody's, Notre Dame only beat Clemson because they had their backup quarterback playing. And I'm like, no. Because DJ still threw for 400 plus yards and 5 tutties. He had a 75% completion percentage. I don't know if Trevor could do much better than that. And obviously Trevor's a better prospect as of right now, but you can't tell me if Trevor didn't put up those stats, you would be like, oh yeah, they definitely would have lost. Notre Dame played their butts off that game. Then they got spanked later, but it's not because of Trevor Lawrence being there or not being there. It's honestly because of the defense. DJ balled out that game. But even still, he's going to be going through a whole new season. The Clemson defense has some things they need to shore up. Really, honestly, I think our biggest competition is Georgia. They got a returning quarterback in JT Daniels who's really good. Their defense is always really good. And they're finally learning how to do the forward pass like LSU a couple years ago. Only thing is George Pickens got hurt, which sucks for them. That's their best receiver. They have talent, but again, it stinks to lose a leader like that. So all that to say, we've gone over the receiver room, and I left out a couple guys. Brian Darby is one that is fast too, could get some looks. Jalil Farouk is coming in the fall, 4-star out of Maryland. That's just another one, right? Dennis Simmons is a beast. Lincoln Riley is a beast. They're going to continue to do that. So I'm expecting big things from this wide receiver room. I just am. And we'll see what they do in the spring game. I think they're going to ball out. I think it's going to be exciting. But look out Big 12, look out college football, because this is probably the best receiving room OU has ever had. And they're saying something. They had CD, Hollywood, and Mark Andrews on the field at the same time. At the same time. That's insane. Mark Andrews is a Pro Bowler in the NFL right now. Marquise and CD were first-round picks. and they play together on the same field. And to say that, the wide receiver room we have now is probably better, at least talent-wise, is insanity. So all I'm saying is, watch out. Hey, y'all been great. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me at Indy_Sooner. Join the family. Don't forget to watch my sister today. I think she runs at 3:50 Central Time. She runs in the 100-meter, 200-meter. Support her. Her name's Grace Posey. Like I said, appreciate you guys. Be on the lookout for the next video. We will be talking about the cornerback room and what we can expect from them. See y'all. Boomer.